What's going on? It's your boy JC coming at you. Today we are going to be doing our Kliq talk. I'll be joined shortly by Smitty and King Bob. Dre is not feeling or has some issues tonight, so he's not going to be able to make it with us tonight. But other than that, I just want to say welcome to the Kliq talk. If you've never been here before, we talk about wrestling, we talk about movies, we talk about new and upcoming stuff that we all think nerdyism. This is my nerd dungeon right now, so welcome to the nerd dungeon. There's Smitty Rock right there. We're already live, so so tonight we are going to be doing a battle of the minds between Mr. Smitty Rock and King Bob whenever he's brave enough to hop on here. They are going to be doing a recasting, which is one of my infamous things on my channels, to the movie of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So, how was this for you?
For me, it wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as I was envisioning, since this is the first time I've done a recasting.
See,
I know you and Dre and Robert all are old veterans at this game.
Actually, last week was Dre's first time doing recasting with me.
With you, but he's done recastings, hasn't he?
I don't think so. And I am going to be just so you guys know in the audience, I'm going to be munching out because I am starving and my food smells wonderful.
What you get?
Tonight, Panda. Hello, Panda. So whenever Bob hops on here, I will say there are a couple things I'm going to touch notes on. My little brother, Kyle, or as some of you guys know him, Exiled, he's assured me that we will be doing more D&D next month because he's graduating at the next week, actually. And we'll be jumping back into D&D, so I'm excited to do that.
Depends on your schedule, too.
I'm good. I'll figure a day out. The guys have who is it you guys got next week?
Playful Gorilla.
Okay, so next week they're gonna have Playful Gorilla on the toy chat. Huh?
Yep. Yeah. Philly native, and he does a Instagram stream on Fridays, which is restarting. So season 2 starts this Friday.
Booze and Buddies, right?
Booze and Buddies.
Okay.
So if you guys
I'll have Smitty put his link in for his Instagram down in the chat.
If you guys haven't seen their Booze and Buddies streams on Fridays, and you like some of the stuff that you've seen me show off from a collector toy, they normally will do kind of like what we did with Dougie last week and Playful this coming week. They will highlight an artist, have discuss, what got them into it, what are they working on. The unique thing about Booze and Buddies is usually there is some kind of an offer, special offer for those that are tuning into the stream.
So be sure to tune in. What day is it?
It's Fridays at 9:30 on and it's Booze and Buddies.
Friday at 9:30 Eastern.
9:30 Eastern, yes. 6:30 East.
I forgot about that. Robert's going to be opening up a box for us tonight as well because he's got that cool pro wrestling crate. I normally get the pro wrestling crate, but this month I didn't. We had some other finances we're putting towards, so
Yeah.
You should see some more of that in the future.
Well, I'm debating on getting February's. There's a couple of good people, but I got this one. If you're a fan of the channel, you know why I got this one.
Who told you about that pro wrestling crate, Robert?
You did.
Oh, that's right.
I ain't gonna say you didn't, but this month I got it because obviously there's a certain. I'm just gonna run it. I mean, I already. So we got the pin.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's Ric Flair.
He missed his favorite part.
Micro Brawler.
IRS. That is actually, if the chat doesn't know, that is actually Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas's daddy.
We got man. They stepped
Jeff
it up.
Cobb.
Yeah, Blu-ray.
Jeff Cobb's that awesome.
Mystery Vortex 6. Some 2019. We got Orange Cassidy versus Chuck Taylor. Jeff Cobb versus Jonathan Grisham.
That's a good match.
Jake Atlas, Brody King, and Trent. Jungle Boy versus Puma King.
So pretty much Jungle Boy versus Ricochet. I need to see that match.
A guerrilla warfare match with Darby Allin versus Joey Janela.
That'd be a good
I'll definitely have to watch this at some point. Got a Matt Cardona pizza cutter. Fortunately, it ain't real, but that's still pretty freaking cool. I'm gonna do the autograph, and then we'll do the t-shirts.
You get both the t-shirts or just one?
Oh, we got both.
Okay.
Autograph is Tony Nese. Not a bad autograph.
7-pack or 8-pack.
All right. Now, do you want the top shirt or the bottom shirt?
The bottom.
All right.
My text.
Huh?
Did you get my text?
Bam.
That's for you. Give me a drink.
Oh, that's perfect for you.
Adam
Oh, hell
Cole,
yeah.
baby.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Ticking time bomb. Now, the other one is awesome as well. But before we get to that,
Ooh,
a Bret Hart sticker. And now, the last one.
I want that sticker.
Johnny Carnage.
Is that?
That's Gargano.
I was gonna say that's Gargano, ain't it?
Yep. Yeah. So
If you
weren't following along,
if you don't know, Johnny Gargano is no longer with WWE, so Pro Wrestling Tees is allowed to sell his merchandise, and he had made a lot more money with them selling his merchandise than WWE selling his merchandise.
so we didn't get any chases, unfortunately, but
Show Smitty that pin.
Woo.
But next month it's Hangman Adam Page, Dusty Rhodes, Dude Love,
Ooh.
Nasty Boys, Conan, Road Warrior Animal, Luke Gallows, and Jerry the King Lawler.
Speaking of wrestling pins, urge yourself. has a pre-order for the Darby Allin set. That because Allin won the his little design competition, his little royal, or bracket match thing.
Yeah.
That just went up yesterday, I think. So while I'm personally not probably going to get it. I was tempted. Let's put it that way. The variants on it are pretty sweet.
So, what do you guys think of wrestling this week?
Didn't watch any.
I didn't get much wrestling this week.
No, I actually set up my PS4, so I haven't watched much of anything this week so far. Then being home Monday with the little dog.
How's she doing?
Yeah, she's fine. She's doing okay, I guess. I mean, she's trying to put weight on her leg, but the doctor gave her some shots and gave her some pain pills that I've been giving her. She's doing a lot better, but we'll see over the next week or so. I'm certain she'll be fine, but we'll see.
So this is how it's going to work since Trey's not here, and it was like one person vote from each side last week. I'm going to vote, and if the chat, or I'm going to wait till the end to vote for, I'm going to see who has the best cast for me. And if the chat votes, they outweigh my vote, no matter what. So it's not going to be 1 versus 1. If the chat votes, it's going to be 2 versus 1.
All right.
Cool. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to get into this recasting, which you guys have been waiting all week for. Let me see where my notes are. In this recasting, there we go. We will be recasting Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And if you guys have never seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I recommend you guys go check that out.
Classic.
It is a classic. So let me pull this up real quick. I told you guys just Google Ferris Bueller's Day Off and cast the first 5 people.
No, we had 9.
We had Ferris, Cameron, Sloan, Jeannie, Ed Rooney, Tom, Katie, Garth, and the economics teacher.
Okay. So Ferris, Cameron, Sloan, Jeannie, Ed Rooney, Tom,
Who's the
Garth,
dad?
Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad, Garth.
Mom and Dad, Katie
The
and
prisoner.
Tom, Garth, and the economics teacher.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, right?
Yep.
I don't remember they said Grace.
No.
Not
Okay.
Grace.
So first person we're going to go with.
And the only other requirement we had was to have one of the original cast as a cameo.
That's right. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Settle this with a dice. I love rolling my dice. So, Robert's odds, Smitty's evens. Okay.
All right.
All right. Put my phone at
10. Smitty, do you want to go first? Do you want him to go first?
I'm going to go first.
Okay. Round 1. We are going to be recasting Sloan.
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 All right. I have
Sloane, hold on. Originally played by Maya Sarah. She portrays Ferris Bueller's girlfriend and love interest. So let's hear this.
I have Selena Gomez.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, I need to share my screen. Can y'all see that?
It's coming through now.
All right, so the first one was Selena Gomez. Why Selena Gomez?
She kind of reminds me of Sloane. I mean, similar, dark hair, cute. So I was like, and my cast for like Ferris, Sloane, and Cameron is a little older than probably Roberts, so she fit in the age grouping of who I've got for those characters.
Okay. Robert?
All right, mine is K.S. Delario.
Say that again?
Her name is K.S. Delario. She was in the Maze Runner movies. She was in the new Pirates of the Caribbean.
Spell her name.
Kaya.
Oh.
And she was the top one, yeah.
She was in what?
She was in the Maze Runner trilogy. She was also in Pirates of the Caribbean, the Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Okay. Yeah.
She was in Skins. She was in Clash of the Titans. And I picked her because she just has the look. Like Sloane has that, like, kind of, like, I don't say a foreign look, but she has that, like, just a different look to her. And, she has the comedic chops to go up with Johnny Depp. I think she can handle. I'm pretty certain she can handle
some of the people you're putting with.
Yeah.
We won't give nothing away yet.
And much like Smitty said, she's a little bit older, but if you doodle the age of the cast when they were in the movie, they were all a little bit older.
What were they? Out of curiosity, I didn't even bother to look at that.
They were in their early 20s.
No bullshit.
No.
Cameron was almost 30.
All right, then I'm a little older than what they're in the original.
Mid-20s.
All right, yeah, all right. So I'm not too far off with who I've got the way they cast. Yeah, I knew they were older.
Dre's
than early
not
20s.
Here, so Dre's the one who'd be like, "No, they're high school kids. You gotta cast high school kids."
No.
I'm sorry.
Hollywood never casts high school kids as high school kids.
That's true. All right. Moving on.
What, Freddie Prinze was like almost 40 before he stopped doing high school kid roles?
Who?
Freddie Prinze.
Oh yeah,
pretty much.
He's still trying to pull it off.
I mean, you look back at the '90s. The girl who played Andrea was pretty much a grandmother playing a high school girl. Like Jason Priestley was, close to retirement.
We're gonna go with next. Actually, Smitty, what did you think of that idea?
Of Bob's pick,
Yep.
I could see it. I mean, I may be a little biased that I think I like mine, but I
Well,
can see it, and I could see why he picked her. It's not a bad pick. I like it.
We are going next. We're gonna
I
go
give him props.
with Garth, which is played by Charlie Sheen. I'll put him up here. His old ass. Played
Tiger
by Charlie
Blood.
Sheen, and he was a prisoner. Well, he was kind of the bad rep kid. So, always in detention. He was like the Nelson Judd of the Breakfast Club. Kind of dressed like him, too. So, Robert, it's your go.
All right. I actually have. I'm debating on flipping because I have. No. My prisoner. You have unlocked my cameo. Matthew Broderick.
Okay.
Jeannie stumbles upon a slightly older Ferris.
Slightly. All
right.
Slightly older Ferris. I thought about it because I had another person in mind, but I just think that's one of those legacy characters that you put in the movie to kind of be a nod to the original. And it would be kind of funny to have Jeannie sitting there. She's complaining about her brother, and he's just like, look, he's just trying to have fun. And have it be and have him like wearing the vest.
That part of it I love. The only part of it is Jeannie getting all giddy over him.
But again,
oh yeah.
But again, with a recasting, you don't have to do the story exact.
I know, but
even still,
the first part of that, I do like it. I like it.
Hey,
the
Jenny
complaining about the brother,
I was
and
gonna say,
he was. That is good.
Charlie Sheen wasn't exactly young when he did that.
This one for that alone, I may have to bow to you on that one.
All right.
I went typical, like, I went Darren Criss.
Okay. Darren Criss is in Glee. He's been in several movies recently, documentaries. Great singer, great actor.
I went kind of the, scruff, can pull off a little bit of a scruff, but a slightly pretty boy too kind of look.
He's got some Tomish qualities. So yeah. Okay.
But for twist, I might have to give that one to Bob. I kind of do like his cameo placement.
Bob, what do you think of Darren Criss?
He's too pretty for prison.
Okay. That's fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Let's move on. Let's see here. Let's go to Miss Katie Bueller, played by Cindy Pickett. She was Ferris Bueller's mom. But it'll just go. Max out of that. And Smitty, you are up first.
For Katie, I had Allison Janney.
Allison Janney. Type that in.
I can almost see that. But
Janney, right there.
Janna.
I got you.
You got it.
Yep.
Okay. Why Allison Janney?
She can pull off the Stern from her days on West Wing. She's done mom roles before, and with who I had for Ferris and Jeannie, she kind of fits, kind of hair color wise and look wise.
She was mom, the mom
Yep.
on Mom.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So she can.
She's
do
also been in the West
comedic.
Point, yeah.
She can do serious. And I like her as an actress.
She's a great actress. She's funny. She's witty. I like that pick. Oh, she was also in right here, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Mm-hmm.
She was awesome in that.
She was in Hairspray too.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
All right. Robert?
All right.
You're
I
up.
said Smitty almost hit it. I think I hit it.
All right.
Jane Lynch.
Ooh, I like Jane Lynch.
And when the main part that I watched in the movie, and I saw Jane, is the conversation between her and Rooney, talking about the whole 9 times. I
can see you doing that.
My Rooney and the mother would be hilarious to watch.
I can see both of those people doing that, though. To be honest, like they both bring different qualities. It just depends on the rest of your cast.
That is a good pick, though. I mean,
I agree with that.
I would be comfortable drawing on that one because I'll give Bob. That's a good pick for that role too. I have to. I'll give him full credit for that. That's a good pick.
If you're in the chat and you see one of these picks that you like, not Robert or Smitty, if you see one of these picks you like and you put it in the chat saying, I like this, I like Smitty's pick or I like Bob's pick, I'm going to give them that point. I'm going to decide at the end on who my choices are because I'm going to go based off the cast. But if you're in the chat and you're like, oh, that's a really good pick for Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I'm going to give them the point if you're just joining us. All right. I said without that.
I'm kidding. I had to do it.
Let's go with the dad, Tom Bueller.
My turn?
Yep.
Up until right around Christmas time, I did not see this actor as a father, but I watched him in 8-Bit Christmas, and I can totally see him playing Ferris's father, Steve Zahn.
On?
Yeah, the father, Steve Zahn.
I didn't see 8-Bit Christmas. Ooh.
He has that look, and JC, from previous experience, it's the attitude and the look. He has the look of the original father, but he also has some comedic chops to him that I think he can stand up with the mom and kind of they didn't play off one another.
If you're looking at this guy and saying, where do I know him from? Think of Wrong Turn.
He's been in a fair number of
That Thing You Do.
That Thing You Do. He's been in The Perfect Getaway. That was a good one. He's done Modern Family. He's a good actor. Oh, there was one where with Jet Black. What was that one? Saving Silverman.
Yes, Saving Silverman.
Yeah, he was in that too. So he's a good choice. I'm trying to match him up with Jane Lynch. She's kind of brash.
But again, I think, I mean, you don't want to have too brash, but you want to have someone who's kind of quick-witted, and he's quick-witted and he's funny. I mean, he's been in movies, you said, with Jack Black.
Yeah.
He was hilarious in That Thing You Do with, Tom Hanks and everyone else.
He does pretty well for an actor. Like, he's an all-around good actor. And he has some good serious roles, too, like in White Lies right here. That's a good show.
He was in Joyride. He was in Sahara. He was in Strange Wilderness, which is hilarious.
Smitty, what do you think of that one?
It's interesting. It's kind of funny. I think Bob and I have our picks have kind of in the same ballpark kind of look in a way.
Right, give it to me.
I went Bryan Cranston.
Ooh. I love Bryan Cranston. And if everybody's looking at it and they see this man and they think, oh, he's Breaking Bad, he can't be funny.
No, he's hilarious.
Dude was Hal on Malcolm in the Middle.
Thank
you.
He was awesome. And that's why I went with him. I was like, he was great in Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, he's hilarious. He's the only guy I know that can strip down into his underwear and it look normal.
Loves JC.
Do what? All right, Bryan Cranston. These are some good ones, man. Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at who you guys want for the economics teacher. And I got a feeling, just out of the top of my head, we might see the cameo from Smitty.
This is my cameo for
Alan first.
For Alan Ruck.
Huh? Alan Ruck?
Alan Ruck is my cameo.
I can see that. Let me type in here. Not over there.
Well, I mean, he has that voice. And
as soon as
we
weren't even off the stream, and I was putting this down as my cameo.
Alan Ruck, right?
Yeah, Ruck, R-U-C-K.
Oh,
it's like duck, but with an R.
Ruck. I love my internet. Alan Ruck. He was in Spin City. He's been in several movies. Obviously, he was in this one as Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
So why Alan Ruck here?
Bob already kind of hit it. If you had to replace Ben Stein and you wanted to put a cameo in, I was like, he can pull off that whole Bueller.
Yeah, I can see that.
And yeah, we weren't even off the stream. You guys said we had to have one cameo. I was already putting him down. I was like, I know exactly who my cameo is.
All right. So
luckily,
Ben Stein has. Let me just say this: is Ben Stein still alive?
I believe so.
If he's still alive, that man is a legend because that has been the most said, one of the most said quotes to get people's attention. Bueller.
looks like he's still alive.
Wow.
I used to love his show, Win Ben Stein's Money.
I did too. So Alan Ruck. Oh, that's not you. That's you.
Yeah, he's 77 years old.
All right.
Luckily, I ordered some cameo repellent for my economics teacher. I've seen him in academic roles before, like scientific roles before. The one and only Jeff Goldblum.
That's awesome. That might be the repellent.
That might be enough. I don't know.
He looked similar to Ben Stein at that age, but I think he has the skills to ham it up a little bit.
He does, and like Ben Stein has that iconic voice of mellow. He also has an iconic voice. Like, I want Jeff Goldblum to narrate my life. That's what I've always wanted. But yes, Jeff Goldblum I love.
Sure, if you want apartments.com.
Have you seen his
pigeons out to check on the students who are cutting his class?
Have you seen his show on Disney Plus?
Mm-mm.
It's cool. You should check it out. He goes into different cultures and discovers like what they like, what their habits are, like shoe culture or collecting, or he does toys. He does all that stuff. He just goes and he's awesome.
Pay your taxes.
If you haven't checked it out, you should. All right. Okay. Moving right along. Let's go. By the way, let me say this. I'm looking at our list right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I'm looking at our list right now, right here. And I have to say, we lost a comedic legend recently.
Yeah, Louis Anderson.
Yeah, Louis was awesome. I mean, from Family Feud to the Louis Show when he was a cartoon.
Yeah.
He was an awesome person to be around. Like I actually got to meet him, and he was the sweetest guy. He was like the funniest person. Like, he had to break up awkward silences with comedy. He was an awesome person. So rest in peace to Louis Anderson, and to his family. You're in our thoughts and prayers. Sorry to break that little spindle right there. So next, we're boiling it down, guys. Let's go with Genie. And Robert, you're up first.
This one was a little hard because Jennifer Grey is kind of awkward in the movie.
Explain who Jeannie is first.
Jeannie is the sister to Ferris.
Okay.
And I went with Haley Steinfeld.
A little young.
No. She's in her mid-20s. She's right in line with what Jennifer Grey was. She ain't that young. She looks young, but she's not that young.
Okay. Hollywood actress young is different from our young.
I know.
So, what about Haley Steinfeld?
Have you seen her in Pitch Perfect?
I've seen her in everything. I love her.
She's hilarious, but she can also be kind of awkward and, kind of nerdy. So, yeah, why not?
She is a nerd.
I know.
And she's proud of it. Okay. Smitty, what do you think of that one?
It's an interesting pick.
Care to throw yours out there?
Oh, sure. Rose Leslie.
Who?
You'll as soon as he brings up the pick, you'll recognize her. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Ah, yes. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
That's why I know nothing. I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Oh.
She is a beauty. I love her. I don't know if I love her more than Haley Steinfeld, but I love her. Like, she's a great actress. Her and Kit do so well together, in real life and outside of in Hollywood. She's such like one of those. Like, remember when Claire Danes was a treasured beauty? That's what I see as her, Rose Leslie. I can see a Jennifer Grey comparison to that.
She's
okay.
Cute at times. She can pull off the meanness of Judy during the movie and the kind of giddy part of the role too.
Okay. I like the fact that so far we haven't had any like big name actors. You know what I mean? Like, I think the two biggest names on here are Haley Steinfeld and Selena Gomez.
Goldblum, Cranston.
Well,
yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, they're not like
Goldblum's a great on his name.
Huh?
No, I'm not saying. I'm not just putting disrespect. I'm just saying he's not like Hollywood's A-list. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
Cranston is a great television artist, but he's not the movie highlighter. And nobody went to see Independence Day for Jeff Goldblum. They went for Will Smith. He wasn't the number one. Put your hand down, Robert. All right. We only have a couple left. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, Mr. Rooney. I'm curious to hear it. And Smitty, you're up first.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons. He was
J. Jonah Jameson as your principal. That's kind of funny. Actually.
He was also not just Spider-Man, but he was also in Juno.
I know.
He's been in all those State Farm commercials. Yeah, let's want to look at that. Shut up. Tell people my business. Yeah. So what about him?
When I was thinking of who could pull off the principal, like that dogged, I'm gonna get him. He was who popped into my head for that.
Okay. All right. So Robert, it's your go.
All right. The foil to my mother, and there's a couple of lines that Rooney says in the conversation with Cameron and Ferris and that whole. I pictured one person. He's a little younger, Justin Long.
I will put him on the screen in just a second.
He
I know exactly who he is.
He is hilarious. He is a character actor. I think he would get into that role, and especially the line when Rooney is like, "Deliver the corpse." He's really laying into it before he realizes what's going on. That can be Justin Long.
Justin Long has been in. Oh shit, he's been in a bunch. Accepted.
He was also in Jeepers Creepers. He was
in
Zack
Jeepers
and Miri Make a Porno. I said he's a little young, but again,
I was gonna say, like, you're going with the young ones, like Haley Steinfeld and Justice
but I mean,
Long.
honestly, he's.
But to your point, I could see him and Jane Lynch going back and forth.
That would actually that could be a funny scene. I'll give you that. That could be a funny scene. Especially with her size over him.
My thinking, what if the roles were reversed? Like Justin Long was the mom and Jane Lynch was the principal.
It'd still be hilarious.
Okay.
Actually,
it would be. I mean, if you had even said Jane Lynch as the principal, I would have been like, okay, I could see it.
But what's funny is earlier I said I could flip two my characters around.
Mm-hmm.
I had originally had Justin just being the prisoner and Ferris being the principal.
All right.
Or having Broderick be the principal.
Yeah.
Because the cat and mouse would just be hilarious.
Yeah, but if he came back as Ferris, he wouldn't do that.
He'd be like, he could make.
That would be funny too. That would be equally as hilarious as
he'd break the fourth wall and be like, I feel like I've done this before.
All right.
We've
got 2 left. And obviously we're going to use Ferris last. So let's get out Cameron.
Actually, the scene where Rooney catches him in the backyard finally with Broderick as Rooney, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
All right, so we're doing
Cameron.
This is where I struggled because Cameron in the beginning of the movie is the sickly, paranoid, and I had one character in mind. I had one actor in mind. This is my guy. But then you get into the scenes, into the comedic stuff, and that's where my first pick kind of screwed the pooch. I had picked Gianni DeCenzo from Cobra Kai because he's that like paranoid, kind of awkward kid. But there's no way.
Who would have thought you would have picked Cobra Kai?
But I didn't pick him. But I thought about it because it didn't. He plays that one half of Cameron, but the comedic stuff he wouldn't be able to do. So I went in a different direction, and I went with someone who I think could do it perfectly. And his name is Bo Burnham.
Oh, I can see that. Bo Burnham. I don't think he's been in many movies.
I don't think he's been in much.
I don't think he has either. Hilarious. But his comedy is like top tier.
Yes, he can get on the phone with Justin Long, and they can go at it.
He could. He could also sing him a little song.
Yep. About stadium country stars. We all pandering. God, I love Bo. I have to watch his stuff again. But I mean, that's where, or if you could just merge Bo and Gianni together, that'd be the perfect Cameron. But I think Bo.
He has a similar look as well.
Yeah.
So Ferris Bueller, you're my hero.
Ferris Bueller, you're pandering.
All right, Cameron, Mr. Smitty.
This is where I went out on a limb for mine. But I like him I like this pick. I went with Chance Perdomo.
Sure. I don't know who your pick is. You probably didn't know who my pick was. So.
I didn't.
Dude, YouTube him. You'll thank me.
All right.
He looks very vaguely familiar. Okay. He's the dude from Sabrina, yes.
Yes. And that's why I picked him. The way he plays.
Out with Trey and JC too long, picking all these teen stars.
Sabrina is a good series.
You know what I mean?
It's a good series. And he in it is I was thinking, who could I pick for Cameron? And I was like, he does so well with both the moody and those little comedic parts of that role. I was like, yeah, I mean, I could totally see him pulling that role off.
Okay.
I don't know.
So,
see, the Cameron pick is going to be totally on JC because he knows both of them.
I do.
And you and I can't necessarily judge the others.
Like, here's the thing: is like on that pick, I could literally see both of them playing that in two different types of movies, but it's going to depend on the rest of your cast. So I'm going to look at it here in just a second after we talk about the main man himself, Mr. Ferris Bueller.
So for Ferris, I went Zac Efron.
Okay. Had a predominantly young cast until Zac Efron.
Troy Bolton himself. Get your head in the game.
Okay. Why Zac Efron?
Just from young guy, a lot of the roles he's played is young guy, living it up, can live it up, and he could pull off Dankeschön easily.
Okay.
So he's kind of who I gravitated to out of the guys I was thinking of.
Does Liz know you're thinking about guys?
All right,
I'm just
Bob.
kidding. I'm still waffling on my Ferris, even as I sit here right now, because there's two in my head. There's two that I think looks-wise would make great Ferrises.
I have a person in
can
my
they
mind that
pull
I
off
think
the
would
other
be a
stuff?
great Ferris. I'm gonna let you say yours. I'm gonna tell you the person
All
I
right.
thought would be a great Ferris.
Who's yours?
No, go ahead. I was gonna let you say yours.
There's a name written down, but I'm gonna Tanner Buchanan. That's not the name written down either.
What's his name?
Tanner Buchanan. He is Robbie in Cobra Kai. He has the look. I think he has the.
I know who you're
charisma.
talking about. It's yeah.
He has that look and charisma about him. I would like to see his comedic side, but I mean, Ferris is funny, really based upon everyone around him. So I think when you have Bo Burnham and Haley Seinfeld and my Sloan and Rooney, I think that's gonna be the recipe for a good movie.
Yeah.
The name I had written down was Tom Holland.
I didn't have him either.
But I mean, he
was on
slightly
the
funny,
guys
but
I was thinking of, but
but
didn't really want to put in.
That's who I thought.
okay, Steve.
Yeah. See, for me, Ferris has to be suave. He's suave enough to kiss Sloane in front of Rooney, dressed as her dad, and that was a long kiss. He's got to be suave enough to pull one over on his mom, and Joe has all the looks for that. That's why I was like, when you guys talked about Ferris Bueller, I was like, oh, I was going to use that in the future for Ferris. So,
I mean,
yeah. Thank you.
I mean, Zach is a good pick, but I think he's a little bit older, or a lot older. I mean, he's got like probably kids now. He probably got grandkids somewhere.
No, he's still high school teenage age.
No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, much like Matthew was still kind of green when he did Ferris. I think, someone like Tanner Buchanan could, do it. I mean, Zach is your name, but Tanner's young enough now to where I think he'd bring some people in, especially on the heels of Cobra Kai. Yeah. But I mean, the cast in the movie it's not like fantasy football where you just pick the best people available and hope for the best.
I know.
You gotta,
and that's what.
My only
that's why I
question
like
to
these.
you
I like
is,
your guys'
is your
picks.
Ferris a little young for the rest of your Sloane and
no,
your
Tanner's early 20s. Tanner, I think it's like 2021. You might be even be a little bit older.
Yeah, but how old is your Sloane? How old is your Jeannie?
Good question.
Late 20s. But again, you look at Matthew Broderick compared to Cameron, he still looked younger.
All right.
Right. That would be the only. as you were building your cast, I could see most of who you put where. That one is the only one that I'm kind of like, And it's not a bad pick. I'm just saying, as I look
Zac
at
Efron with his muscles, I mean, what does Ferris do? Flex on the. But I mean, I'm just glad Dre wasn't here. He would just yell.
Actually, I would like to know what Dre's thoughts of our picks would be.
Well,
So
unfortunately,
I'm gonna do this in 5 rounds for me. Okay. The monologue's got to be there at the beginning, right? Ferris sitting there by himself, talking to the screen, expressing who he is.
Haven't had one lesson.
Okay. I don't know who I would give that to.
I think that's her. She's got like 5 or 6 toys, but I hear in the front room.
My problem is. Never mind. I'll just keep going. Now I'm going to be the bad guy because I'm the only judge right now.
You can thank Dre for that too.
Yeah.
Then I go to the Mom versus Rooney, where I can see both of yours because not only could I see Justin Long versus Jane Lynch, but Allison Janney and J.K. Simmons were both in Juno and they did the same thing. So I can see it. So
well, you saw it already.
Not like that. The prison scene. You have Garth as Darren Chris and Jeannie as Rose Leslie. Garth as Matthew Broderick. And how I can see changing the story on that one. I'm not gonna lie, I could see changing the story on the prison scene, but the way you described it, I liked how you did that.
I mean, I don't have a degree in theater for nothing. Dre can tell a story. So can I.
I can tell a story too. All right. So, okay. The epic phone call between Cameron and Mr. Rooney. Okay. I've got to say that I can see both pulling that off. Chance is very funny. Bo Burnham is funnier. All right. 2 more. 3 more. So, two more. If you guys are joining in, jumping in, hi. This is the Kliq Talk. You guys can talk while I do this,
We're
but
just waiting on
Yeah.
I know. I'll give
Waiting
you a
to find
second.
your
I'm just waiting to see who's facing Dre and who'll be facing JC. If JC were smart, he would just let me win so I can go on against Dre and he can pick Smitty. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so my last scene is one of my favorite scenes. It's where they just come out of that fancy restaurant. They all get in the cab and they look over and there's Dad. And they begin to freak out and they duck and there's Sloane and she's just doing her damnedest to flirt with Dad. So that was one of my favorites. So I could see that too. I'm gonna go with the one that made me laugh. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So there, in the monologue, okay, talking straight to the camera as we do every week, talking to themselves pretty much, breaking that fourth wall. I gave that to Tanner Buchanan. So I could see Zac Efron doing it, but for me, with that, Zac Efron, he's not the best with words. You know what I mean? Like he's like, it's not that I'm saying he's slow. I'm just saying like he's not the wittiest person.
Whatever. All right.
Mom versus Rooney. Like I said, I've seen that Juno. I would like to see that in Ferris Bueller because it had such a great dynamic in Juno. It has such a great dynamic at other movies that I think that works well. So I'll say Allison and Janie for that one. The prison scene. As much as I love King Bob's story on Ferris Bueller, that scene is classic with those two. And I gave it to Darren Chris and Rose Leslie because they're roughly the same age. So the phone call, classic. I love that it was everything about this person was Bo Burnham. I'm just going to say that because I could see him doing the voices. I could see him messing with him. Sloane flirts with the dad. So I went with the one, like I said, that when I thought about it, it made me laugh. So I like Steve Zahn, but when you think of Sloane flirting with Dad and he looks over and he's like, what the fuck? That's Bryan Cranston. So I gave it to Smitty. If you guys have a problem with that, We can wait for Dre to. We can show Dre these, and he can vote.
So basically, I lost because of something you saw in another movie that wouldn't have been as that. I mean, I can't be biased and judge and recast.
If I went choice to choice, I'd give Sloan to Selena. I would give Garth to Matthew. Allison. Bryan Cranston. I love Jeff Goldblum as the bueller. I would give it to Haley Steinfeld. I think Rooney is a good, or Simmons is a good Rooney. I'd give Cameron to Bo Burnham, and I'd give Ferris to Tanner. So if you wanted to do it that way, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Who's your pick for Jeannie?
For Jeannie, Haley Steinfeld.
What about Sloan?
He said Selena.
Yeah, wow. Selena. That's who I would pick. But
well, by straight up picks, Bob wins.
But
by one.
By the whole cast, which is what I voted off, you won.
But we voted last week on pick by pick.
Mm-hmm.
True. If that's how you want to vote it, that's fine.
I'm fine with that because that keeps it apples to apples.
Yeah, because I just said, well, Dre's
and losing by one, I can. I'm like, hey, I at least have a respectable. I gave him a challenge.
Dude, it was like
he won by one.
Hey,
all right.
This was one of the better recastings that I've seen.
All right, so Matthew, if you're watching this, you need to call someone in Hollywood and get the movie made to where to that, because I want to see the scene review in the prison.
I would like to see
sitting there.
But so,
I mean, I think he would, or Rooney, because I like that idea too.
Our Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I would still watch either movie.
I'm saying our Ferris Bueller's Day Off is Selena Gomez as Sloan, Matthew Broderick as himself in prison, Allison Janney as the mom, Bryan Cranston as the dad, Jeff Goldblum as the teacher, Haley Steinfeld as Jeannie, J.K. Simmons as Rooney, Bo Burnham as Cameron, and Ferris is Tanner Buchanan.
Okay,
that's a killer cast.
So coming to a theater near you in like 2038, and all these actors are dead or dying, we don't get it. Matthew's gonna hold on for another like 15 years when we get this movie made. the crowdfunding will be put up tomorrow.
All right. So we said Bob won that one.
Mm-hmm.
Smitty, you want to go next week?
I thought Bob had to take on Dre.
Well,
Dre's not here, so
it's Bob and Dre versus me and me and you. So,
all right, I want to pick the movie
for us.
Yeah,
you could go next week.
Sure.
No. Actually, what's next week? I'll be here.
I would hope.
Hold on, might not be.
Why wouldn't you be?
All right.
I'm going to Florida. Yeah, I'll be in Florida, but I could probably do it from the hotel. So
no,
I'll be good.
Whatever you're doing in Florida,
Seeing
we
my
won't take
nephew.
it away from,
Seeing that nephew that just got born.
No, we won't take you away from family time.
Oh no, take me away from family time. It'll be at the hotel.
All right. In
I gotta take my
honor,
computer anyway for schoolwork.
all right, in honor of Stream coming out, I would love to see y'all recast Stream.
I did this recently.
You did? All right, never mind then.
Not recently, but I did this with Lindsay B.
All right, then yeah, no. All right, we'll put a different movie.
Yeah. Give him something else that he doesn't have an easy mail in. Make him work.
Oh, I can make them work. All right. Dre's wife picked an 80s comedy. I'm going to pick a 90s comedy. And I look forward to your picks. Because y'all are recasting American Pie. And we'll do the same rules apply. The first 9 characters in the movie on Doodle. So you've got Jim, Vicky, Michelle, Stifler, Oz, Jim's dad, Nadia, Finch, and Jessica. No. All right, fine. We'll do 12 because there's then the last 3, Heather, Kevin, and Stifler's mom.
So say that again.
Jim,
Say that again.
Vicky, Michelle, Stifler, Oz, Jim's dad, Nadia, Finch, Jessica, Heather, Kevin, and Stifler's mom.
Okay. So just in case I cannot be on next week, I am gonna. Smitty, you okay with me giving them theirs?
Yeah.
Or do you have one that you want?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So just in case I cannot be there next week,
All right.
your guys' film that you're going to be recasting is one of my favorites of all time.
Oh, dear God.
You're going to be recasting 10 Things I Hate About You.
Jesus. How didn't we recast Heath Ledger?
Have fun. Because you got to
So
think,
serious, Bob.
that one actually had Robin.
Where's Pat? Do you want to know where I've been for the last 9 months? I've been healing from these scars on a couch.
Have fun.
All right.
So we got
Patrick, Kat, Cameron, Bianca, Joey, Michael, Chastity. Walter
Jim?
and Miss Perky.
So Jim, are we doing Vicky?
We're doing all 12. So if you go to Google and you just hit cast, the first 12. That's basically the movie.
I wanted to do John Cho. So
I mean, look,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. When's the last time you seen that movie, Smitty?
10 Things I Hate About You.
No,
American Pie.
American
Oh,
Pie.
American Pie. It's been a while.
It's been a while for me too.
I'm looking forward to seeing I'm looking forward to seeing who's gonna bang the apple pie and who's gonna be shitbrick.
All right. I'm looking forward to yours. I mean, even if I can't make it, I'm still going to watch. And I would love to see your 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, I'm coming for Dre.
And we started doing this. I think we should keep going a little bit, but I like these. So we started doing this as like a little challenge to each other, which is kind of cool. And we turned it into a little tournament where it's like round robin tournament. If you get eliminated twice, you're out. And somehow these people, Bob keeps hanging on. So we'll see.
All right,
Well,
Dre.
Bob's a veteran at it. You know.
He has done a couple of them with me.
Dre can't see me, so it's fine. Well, he can't see me right now. Literally.
He's probably putting a baby to sleep right now.
Well, I guess I'll be buying the movie and I'm studying it so I can figure out. Because, I mean, there's some tough characters in this movie.
That's not necessarily an easy movie to get.
No, it's not. I mean,
let me look up the cast.
Especially the interaction between them.
First of all, you've got the Joker. You got the guy from Don Juan. You got Julia Stiles. You got Alex Mack. You got the crazy guy who turned into like a cult leader. You got Bernard. You got Dwayne Wade's wife. You got Larry Miller and you got Allison Janney.
You do.
It's hard. Especially that, because that's a.
I say, just like us, you got to do the first 12.
So 3.
I don't know who number 12
who's the last? Who's the last guy on the Google? I don't even know what part he played.
I don't remember him.
Is he the one geek's friend? The other geek?
Yeah, I don't know who that is, to be honest.
I mean, I would say give them 11. Give them the 11.
You got to do 11.
Because the teacher,
but
I
will say this: your 11 is going to be a lot tougher than our 12.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Who do you want to bang a pie? I mean,
I don't know.
They have a lot of iconic people in that movie right there.
It is.
Oh, but you've got a lot of character stereotypes that you've got to try to fill in American Pie. That's not necessarily going to be easy, especially for 12.
God, he was in so many movies, Andrew Cahan, before he lost his mind.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. I did pick a different movie if I really wanted to, but I didn't.
No, we're good.
No, because I was thinking Camp Nowhere.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I haven't seen that one.
Maybe I have. I don't know. Let me look.
It's the kids who bribed Christopher Lloyd into being their summer camp counselor for the summer.
Mm-mm.
And they con their parents out of thousands of dollars, and they hide out in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know, but Jessica Alba's in it.
Yeah.
I know what it is. Yeah.
But no, American Pie will be fun to see.
Okay.
Who's into the monologue? We will get laid. Who's gonna be Stifler?
That's what I'm wondering. Sean William Scott was the best Stifler. I don't know if you can replace Sean William Scott.
And really, these two movies in the '90s were like, '90s, 2000s. Those were like iconic movies, much like Ferris was for Smitty and
American Pie was the brand new Freaks and Geeks. Like the following that Freaks and Geeks had in the 80s, American Pie had in the 90s.
Well, no, Freaks and Geeks was early '90s. It wasn't the '80s.
Was it?
Yeah.
'Cause I thought it was like late 80s.
No. It's like mid '90s. I think.
These motherfuckers. We just need to find
Freaks and Geeks.
Find
It was
somebody
set
out
in
of
the
plastic.
'80s.
Find somebody walking out of plastic surgery and be like, "Oh, that person can play Tara Reid."
Dude, that was '99.
Wow, really? I'm old.
Where'd all the Smitty go?
He disappeared.
Bye, Smitty. Well, Gauntlet has been laid out.
Next week,
We got two iconic '90s movies.
I'm gonna
Myself
let
and
y'all go
Dre.
first. I'm gonna let y'all go first because I
And
don't.
then-
Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be here.
That's fine. Then the losers bracket is American Pie. Loser goes home. Winner-
One of you will
winner
be here
waits.
soon.
What?
One of you will be here soon. That's gonna be like I said, that was like the one banger that I had in the top of my head that was gonna destroy somebody. Like I've been holding on to that for a while.
I mean, I could have said Back to the Future, but I would have killed myself.
That would have been bad. That would have been a really good recasting, Bob.
No, it wouldn't have been.
We need to recast that movie, Bob.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
No.
Why not?
I'm just gonna cast everyone as his older versions of themselves.
You can't.
Well, there he is.
Smitty, do you agree that me and Bob need to recast Back to the Future?
I'm not about to say that. No.
All right, fine. I will recast Back to the Future when Smitty recasts Star Trek.
The movie? That's easy to do.
Star Trek. I mean, first of all, which one?
The original, obviously.
The original. All right.
Whichever one
that's a little bit harder.
your heart.
That's a
it's
little
not
bit
as
harder.
sacred as Star Wars
All right,
because
fine,
you've
Star
already
Wars.
had them
Star
recast.
Wars.
I mean, you've
You
already
got
had
to
a
recast
reboot
the
of the
original
franchise.
Star Wars.
I've
So-
recasted that.
Huh?
I've recasted Star Wars.
Yeah, I know you and Dre did, didn't you?
I think that was me and my buddy Noe.
Maybe.
But anyway, no Back to the Future recast.
Why?
Because it's a sacred movie.
That's the ones I touch.
I would give Bob that. I mean,
All right, fine.
That's
we
the
can
ones I
recast
go
Back-
after the most is those ones that everybody holds sacred. Because here's the thing. It's coming, people.
It's not.
I can guarantee you 10, 15 years into the future, there will be a Back to the Future remake.
Yeah, and guess what? Bob Gale will be dead by that point. Ain't gonna happen when
10 years?
freaking Gale and Zemeckis are alive. Tell you that right now. It ain't gonna happen. The closest you'll get to a sequel, prequel, whatever, read the comic books.
What if, like, McFly...
And I suggest read the comic books because they're good.
What if Michael J. Fox was like the dad?
The only Back to the Future story I would love to watch would be from Biff's perspective.
We did that.
When?
That's pretty much what Back to the Future 2 was.
No.
Or 3.
No. Once
Trying to
again,
remember.
listen to the words. Read the comic books. Biff to the Future is like a 6-book run of what happens when Biff goes back in the time machine.
I heard
Give me that movie.
a remake.
Tom Wilson needs that movie. You want to know why? Because it's in the Back to the Future universe, but there's no Marty, there's no Doc, at least for a while. Because he goes back and goes back way too far. Then it's his adventures trying to find 1955, and then once you get to 55, it's his life up until alternate 1985.
I heard a rumor the other day that there was a remake coming that I didn't want. Like, I don't think, I'm like you with Back to the Future, I don't think people should touch it.
Which one? Can't really see it.
Goonies.
Oh, fuck no.
They're talking about remaking the Goonies. I was like, why? Why would you do that? Or The Princess Bride. They said that too. I was like, don't fucking touch that.
Well, I mean, Princess Bride you can do because, Paul White, just throw him in there.
No, I wouldn't even throw him in there.
Well, it's the bad slow. There's no remaking 80s classics. I'm sorry.
Oh, they do pretty good in TV series.
The only one that's done good is Cobra Kai.
That's new too. I mean, you're doing a series spinoff, but it's also a spinoff based on where they are. I mean,
it's not the original story.
Yeah.
But it all harkens back to the originals, which is the only way to do it.
Right.
I mean, what's happened with the Goonies? Is Thanos gonna come by and grab the stones from Mikey? But look, little bro, I need these 6 stones right here.
The skull key.
Okay, Brand. And then Brand goes off and grows a purple goatee, and his skin is all purple. And
let me ask this: what is one movie that you would like to see made from a cartoon in your past? I have 2. Just because I want them to breathe a new life into it and give me that nostalgia.
Does it rhyme with Schmundersmats?
That's one of them, yeah.
I was gonna say Silverhawks.
Silverhawks been cool. Yes, Thundercats was one of them.
Either that or give me the Christopher Nolan Batman treatment on Ninja Turtles.
Ooh. That could be
give me the dark, gritty Ninja Turtles.
Good. Like the last Ronin Ninja Turtles?
No, like the original cartoon, the original comic book Turtles. Or they can just do a live action version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman.
That
could be in, because I actually read that 3-book, or there's 3 parts to it. I watched the first series. Is a cartoon that you can watch. Is really good, but the books are amazing because they travel to Gotham. Then Batman travels to New York City, so it plays back and forth. I would love to see that trilogy made into movies.
What about you, Smitty?
I mean, a lot of the cartoons I grew up with wouldn't translate. I mean, what are you gonna? How are you gonna
What
do
would you
that with?
like to see, like
I mean,
from your past,
I would say.
as a
I mean,
movie today?
if I had a I mean,
It
Batman
doesn't have to be a
Beyond.
cartoon.
Batman Beyond from a cartoon perspective.
They're actually talking about doing that. That's actually kind of
And
cool.
I know, and that's why I was like, honestly, I mean, if they could do it in a really good way, Voltron.
That would be cool. But would it look too much like Power Rangers?
Well, give me a good action movie versus Power Rangers and I mean, and we all
Hey,
know Power
the
Rangers
Power
is a
Rangers
cheap.
movie was okay.
Whatever.
Why not a live action version of the Wacky Races, but have it be more serious?
That would have been cool. How about, like, I don't know if you guys ever seen this, but there was a show, had maybe a season or two when I was a little kid. It's called Pirates of the Dark Waters. Oh, that show was awesome. It was like an American anime show. It was kind of cool. Let's see if I can pull it up. But I would like to see something like that. I want to see him bring that back. So, 1991. Share my screen. That was it. I don't know. I just clicked, but I clicked it. If porn pops on here, I'm sorry, people.
Oh, if you wanted, I mean, if you're talking, what about Dungeons and Dragons?
The cartoon? Hell yeah, I would want to see
cartoon.
that. Hell yeah, I would want to see that. Or I would like to see the original Ghostbusters. Do you remember the Ghostbusters cartoon?
Well, wasn't that just kind of like off the movie?
It was a little bit different.
I mean,
They had a monkey.
what was I just?
That one.
I mean,
So slow.
yeah, but that's off right. But that was based off of.
Not that. That one. This one. This is what they based the movies off of. I don't know if there's any images. There they are. Do you not remember that cartoon? Paying some homage to my childhood, man.
What, Black Cauldron?
No,
What was that?
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters.
The real Ghostbusters.
The original cartoon.
Yeah, the real Ghostbusters. As
Jeez.
opposed to just the Ghostbusters in the movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they started with this one where it was then a monkey, and I think one of them was a goblin, and then they moved to this Ghostbusters. All right.
I mean, if you want to, all right, what book would you like to see turned into a movie or series?
I'm a book person. Like, I love books. My wife would probably tell you different, but I do. There's a couple of them because, especially new ones that I've read.
Mm-hmm. I can tell you. Can I give you two? Sure.
Okay, so the first one is a series by Marie Lu, and it's called Legend, where it's just a crazy ass book. It's like a Mesopotamia world where Legend is trying, or this guy named Day is trying to survive, and he's going around trying to pick up stuff for his family, and he gets caught by the police picking up the wrong area, and it just turns into this big to-do, and this kid's sister, or one of the police officers' kid's sisters, runs away from home and goes to finds Day later on, and they find like this rebellion against the government that's pulling down on them. It's a really good book. I'm not doing it justice with a description, but it's a really good one. So that one, and let me see if I can find. What about you?
A little.
Well, for me, the series I would love to see is the Dragonlance Dragons Chronicles. Dragons of the Autumn, Twilight, Winter, Spring, Summer. That series of books.
I'm trying to remember the name of this book series.
Don't you have it? I mean, they have a. Don't they have a?
What is that one?
Foley biography.
No.
You know what's funny? He's going to be here in Tulsa at the comedy club. Like, he's doing a comedy show next week. And I was like, I really want to go get tickets, but we're leaving on the day he's coming. I was pissed. I was like, he's selling his autographed socks for $45. I was like, that would be so cool. I'm Mr. Socko.
I think Mick Foley has a good story to tell, and I would love to see it played out.
I would kind of like it to be like, you know how they did Young Rock? I would like to see that. I'm still looking for the. Renegades. Thank you. Marissa Myers. There is a series called Renegades. Renegade is the first one. So once again, it's a Mesopotamian world, or it's after the Earth is destroyed, kind of. All these superheroes start popping up. There's certain people starting to get superpowers, and these elitist people become what they considered called the renegades, which are the superheroes. And there's also the bad guys, which are, I can't remember what they are, but there's the
You like
elites.
dystopian kind of stuff?
I do.
S.M. Sterling, Dies the Fire series. It starts
Dies
with
the
Dies
Fire.
the Fire.
Dies of the Fire. Okay.
Mhm.
I want you to read Renegades.
You're not going to get me to read it until next Thanksgiving,
That's fine.
because that's the only time I pick up a book for pleasure,
Okay.
is when I go to my parents and
There's 3
unplug
of them.
for 2 weeks.
There's Renegades, Arch Nemesis, and Supernova.
I'm not going to read 3 of them. And
that's why I wanted it to be a movie, because like, did you ever read Hunger Games or
I watched the
Divergent?
movies.
No, I did not read either of those.
So I read the Hunger Games before the movies came out. Like, I heard that they were coming out, so I was like, all right, let me read the books first, because I always find the books better. I know everybody says the movie's better, but no, I enjoy a good book.
Usually the book is better because it goes into more details that you just can't do, or they cut out in most movies.
But
Yeah.
I mean, Potter is a classic example of that.
Twilight,
I
too.
mean, huh?
Twilight also.
yeah.
The books are so much better than the movies, especially not having to look at Kristen Stewart's face.
What's wrong with Kristen Stewart?
Well, I mean, I couldn't tell if she was happy, sad, annoyed, getting stabbed. Oh, I'm Bella. I love you, Edward. No, I love you, Jacob.
Actually, Elizabeth hated Twilight. She couldn't stand Bella because she's like, you have the opportunity to make her a great female character, and all she is a whiny.
Well, I mean, it's not even that she's whiny. It's just, I think that Kristen Stewart just can't act, or just wasn't right for that role. I mean, she's decent in other movies, but it's
Bob, if you haven't seen biography on Mick Foley, you should. Good. It is really good.
I want to see a movie. I want to watch someone play the role of Mick Foley and get their ear ripped off by a person playing Vader. I don't know who played Vader, because the only person that would have been able to do it lost a whole bunch of weight.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
It would have been funny to have Ethan Suplee play Vader
because he played Vader's son.
Exactly. Well, I mean, he had the little son. Maybe he's big. I don't know. What's going on, Stephanie?
What up, Steph?
Yeah, we're still here.
We're just talking.
I squeaked my way past Smitty on some technicalities, but as Dre played loopholes last week, I'll play the loophole this week.
You and I did good. You and I went straight up, head to head, not playing loopholes. Yeah. And let's face it, Dre also pulled way more. He had at least 3 characters that were Marvel Universe actors.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He was playing all sorts of loopholes. You and I
went
straight
with
up.
A fresh cast.
I got screwed out of my cameo because Matthew Broderick is way too friggin' old, but it still would have been hilarious on screen.
But you got great credit. You won.
I know.
You won that one.
You won Matthew Broderick.
You won that pick.
I know, but. Is it? I don't. It's just I watched the movie and I'm like, this would be the perfect spot for Matthew.
So, Steph, if you're still in here, I don't know if you are.
Rewind back to the beginning and watch the whole thing. Tell us who won.
Next
Just
week, Robert and Dre are going to go again in a recasting battle, and their movie is 10 Things I Hate About You. So that'll be fun to watch.
all week long, it's going to be 10 things I hate about Dre. I mean, well, technically, it's 10 things I hate about you.
It's going to be like, he's going to put
I
in the
could just
chat,
say 10 things,
number
10 things
one
I hate
thing
about
I
Dre.
hate about Dre. He's going to say, number one thing I hate about Dre each day.
They're always late to the live. Number 2, I don't know. Number 3, we'll
Your
figure
head's
it
too
out.
shiny for the camera.
Yeah, I need to cut my hair too.
Just got a haircut today.
Well, it's been 3 months for me, and the
It's
beard
cold.
is getting long again.
It's cold. Screw a haircut.
I needed it. It was getting so long, and it was driving me nuts.
If I grow my hair out any longer, people are gonna start passing me dollar bills in my hand, thinking I'm homeless. I mean, I don't mind the money, but you know. Oh, I got a cool pizza cutter that doesn't cut anything,
What?
and it says Deathmatch King Matt Cardona on it.
It's
What am I
true.
gonna do with this?
It'll cut pizza.
No, it won't. That's plastic.
Right.
If it
Are
were
you
metal, I
guys-
wouldn't be doing this.
I have a plastic pizza cutter.
This ain't cutting nothing.
Are you guys up to date on Book of Fett?
Yes.
I'm not up to date on anything right now.
Well, I didn't watch it today.
Then you're not up to date.
I am up to date on.
Wait a minute. Maybe I did watch it today. What was today's episode?
Episode 5.
No, I'm on episode 4.
Yeah, I am up to date on Injustice 2.
What the hell
You
is
should be
that?
proud. I played a DC video game.
I was like, I thought that was a movie. I was like, they made Injustice?
I wish that
There is
I
a
wish they
cartoon
would.
of it.
They
Yeah.
made a cartoon of it, yeah.
No, but like I mean, playing that game is so much fun. I forgot how much fun it was to play it.
I started playing Dragon Age Origins again.
I bought Spider-Man, and I also bought Star Wars Racers.
I should be pew-pewing right now.
Pew pew.
Apex.
Huh?
Yeah,
Apex?
I hate to
Apex
admit it. I need
Legends?
to watch. I hate to admit it. I need to watch Peacemaker.
It's what Dougie and Corey got me into.
Which
Bro.
one?
First-person shooter.
I have to say, I know he's probably not watching, but thank you, Dougie, for coming on the show yesterday. I did put it in the chat that I appreciate you jumping on here yesterday. That was very
and yes,
cool of you.
Peacemaker is
That
very funny.
clock is awesome. My clock is awesome. I know,
You know
I know Bob's jealous that he didn't get a
I'm gonna
timepiece.
contact him and have him make me a clock, and it's gonna be the most badass clock on the planet. Because I'm gonna throw an idea at his head that's gonna make his head spin.
I will say this,
But my clock won't be out here. It'll be in the bedroom next to autographs that the clock would hopefully coincide with. I want to see a screen.
I will say this. As much as he talked about, or like you should, when his face lit up when we talked about D&D, we need to get him on.
We do.
We need to get him to play with us.
But Dougie, if you're watching this, I want a Scream Cobra Kai mashup clock.
Oh man.
I want to see Ghostface with Daniel LaRusso in the crane kick position.
All right.
Message him, man. He'll
going
figure
to.
it. I mean, a mashup. He would. Yeah, you'll have him like freaking coming up with like, how do I do this? And he'll come up with like, he'll probably go through like 5 ideas before he figures out what he wants to do.
But the reason why I say those two is because those are the autographs that are basically in the bedroom. I've got my my Ralph Macchio, and then I've got my two Ghostface killers. What? Computer printed
Why
is
would
not
you
the
want a
same.
computer printed one
I'm
over
a-
somebody's custom art?
Obviously not, JC.
I have flash things.
Steph, you should finish it and send it to JC.
We should recast this. I'll just send it around to all y'all. Y'all can watch it, and then we can recast it. Just kidding. But that would be a fun premise for a recast, though. You pick a movie, and you recast it with nothing but wrestlers.
Now, all right. Pick a movie, and instead of American Pie, I'll do that with JC. That idea I love.
So let me get
We're
this
gonna
straight.
scrap American Pie, and you guys are gonna. All right.
So,
All right.
my challenge now is to recast with wrestlers.
And I have the perfect movie to do it.
I'm scared of this movie, but go ahead.
I have the perfect movie to do this with. You're gonna hate me, but
I probably
think
will.
about it. There's actually two I can.
Pick which
Smitty,
one you
what
like
did you
the
do to
best,
us?
Pid.
West Side Story.
Oh my God.
Veto.
No. Premise is you cast a couple members of the Jets and the Sharks, but each one is either WWE or AEW.
Encino Man. I like her idea better.
With wrestlers?
It could work.
How is it gonna work?
It ain't gonna work.
All right, fine. Romeo and Juliet then. How about that?
Why do you hate us?
Because it would be hilarious to do. You have the Montagues and Capulets, AEW, WWE. Or you can just recast American Pie.
It's up to you, Smitty. What do you want to do? I say we leave the wrestling one for all of us.
Okay.
All right.
Are you okay with that?
I'm all right with that.
Those movies he was shouting out, I don't think I could work with. So,
Come on.
Yes,
It's
they
not
are
all gonna be
Montagues
easy.
and Capulets, but I cannot work with AEW stars and being.
All right, first of all, Darby Allin would be a perfect Tybalt. He's the Prince of Cat. For John Cena could be the piece of glass that stabs Mercutio. You can't see him.
Did you hear what he said on Jimmy Fallon? He said, long ago, I developed a superhero power before I was even a superhero. He's like, for some reason, everybody says they can't see me.
You can't see me.
That wasn't even him. That was his brother that did that. So it's kind of cool story on it, though. If you ever listen to it. All right, fellas.
All right.
So we have our marching orders.
American Pie and 10 Things I Hate About You.
10 Things I Hate About You. Next week, we will discuss movies, music, magic, even further. So, until then, thank you guys for dropping in. We will be doing some more stuff here pretty soon. Don't forget. Okay, so I did not get to give out my animation cell last
Stephanie.
week. I did not to give out my animation cell last week. So, Playful
That's
Gorilla, or Smitty, will you go ahead and throw his?
I did. It's in the very beginning.
Will you throw it in again?
I'm
Just
not
scroll up
logged
like
in.
6
Oh,
inches. And it's there.
I'll get it. I got you. This one. I need you guys to go show Booze and Buddies some love. So if you guys go over there and check them out, check out Playful Gorilla. Let's see what Playful is at right now.
Booze and Buddies is will be on Friday at 9:30 Eastern. On Booze and Buddies IG. And it's hosted by Playful Gorilla and Fet Up Toys. Fet, we've done a artist spotlight of before, and Playful we are having on as our Toy Talk on Monday. But Friday is the season 2 premiere, episode 1 for season 2 of Booze and Buddies for the year.
So I'm going to send you guys, trying to find a good one. You guys are going to have to go to Instagram and you're going to blow up something of Playful Gorillas, which I kind of like these. So I'm see Smitty already liked it. It's called the Apex 003, the Kid Rillas. There's a picture right here. I want you guys to go like that picture and comment on it. What was it? Toy time? We'll say toy time. Huh? Toy talk time. I want you guys to comment Toy Talk time, and the first person that, or like, we'll do a drawing on the day it happens, and we'll hand out that. Thank you, Steph. So go check them out, and we'll hand out an animation Spider-Man cell from the 1990s TV series, which I thought this was very cool.
The cell is very cool.
That one right there.
It's not as cool as this.
Do you want to trade?
No, I'm good. I'll just win it next week.
Robert in one of his many accounts. So go check out that. Be here on Monday for the Toy Talk, and thank you guys for watching. As always, I gotta say,
Toy Talk time, I think you said.
Peace out. Yep, Toy Talk time.
Toy time would be fine.
Toy time would be fine.
We're
But
not.
find that picture. You got to find that picture. This one, maybe.
Is it the first one?
It's not the first one. It's down.
Okay, that was
I want them to look through it. Oh, I also like that. I don't know. That might be it too.
Oh, that's the King Gonga collab sticker.
Yeah.
See, I know my boys.
Go check it out.
King Gonga.
As always, peace out.
Later, guys.